We're here at day 2 of the Retail Show Australia 2025 in Melbourne. And with me now is Peter Wilson, who's one of the expert speakers that we've had presenting this morning. Peter, wonderful to speak to you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you, Lawrence?
Fantastic. Look, your presentation was fascinating. It combined, neuroscience with shopping and a whole range of technical aspects, but also it was really how people engage. And, can we talk a little bit about some of those key points that you wanted to really impress upon the audience today?
Yeah, absolutely, Lawrence. I think that the key theme for me was about maximizing the efficiency with which shoppers navigate the store and the experience that they have in the store. I think we lose sight of the fact that, the way the human brain works and that we do inevitably, take mental shortcuts. And therefore we need to factor that into our consideration in terms of how we present retail to customers and how the brands play a role in that. Do not overwhelm shoppers with information because you're just going to alienate them. It's too much overwhelm, or you stand the risk of being filtered out.
Yeah. What you really demonstrated, there's such a science behind it, and it takes a lot of skill set, someone like yourself, to help brands really understand how to position themselves, how to engage correctly and fast as well.
Absolutely. It's exactly the case, because if we don't put let me put it to you this way. There's 3 key stakeholders in retail. There's the retailer, there's the brand, and there's the shopper. Guess which one of those 3 gets neglected the most?
The shopper, I'm assuming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because the brands are paying money to the retailers and that kind of negotiation is taking place. But we're not putting the shopper right in the center of our crosshairs and being truly customer obsessed. Let's understand a little bit about what their needs are, wants, desires, how they behave, how they function, if we're going to provide a successful retail experience.
Fantastic. Could we tell the audience about your 5-5-5 methodology? That was really good. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite a simple model, I guess, or framework. So particularly in a grocery context, 5-5-5 rule stands for 5 feet. That's how far the shopper is standing away from your brand in the grocery aisle. It's 5 seconds. That's how much time you've got to interact with them, because they don't want to exert too much or expend too much time in the environment, more than they have to. And 5 words or less. Oh, there you go. Sorry, I got a bit slack there. But yeah, 5 words or less. And that's about the communication you present to them. Anything more and you stand the risk for them to go, it's too hard. I'll come back another time.
As you mentioned, keep it simple.
Absolutely. And the other point I made in that presentation, which I really try and get across to retailers, is that retailers in the job of selling. And if any of us have been in sales roles, what's the first thing you learn about selling? Close and close fast.
Yeah, exactly. Time's of the essence.
Absolutely. Yeah, again, that time. I made mention of the opportunity of cost of time. Where would you rather be than laboring your way through a store that is complex and difficult to navigate through?
Yeah. No, it was fascinating. I was one of the best presentations I saw throughout the whole show. So congratulations. Tell us about what the experiences of the show. I think it's the first time for Hyson here in Australia. Great way to bring people together and bring experts like yourself together to really help amp up and improve the whole sector.
Absolutely. I would agree with that. I think Hyson are on absolutely the right path. I think this year is about putting a toe in the water. It's about seeing if there's scope, if there's an appetite. I've really been impressed by some of the exhibitors, particularly those that have traveled far and wide to get here. Some really interesting tech on display, but I think this is a show that's going to go to significant things, achieve significant things, and become bigger and better as the years go by. It's a typical kind of cycle of a show of this nature.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Peter, again. Love the presentation, love your work. How can people get in touch?
LinkedIn is probably the easiest. Yeah. Just look for Peter Wilson and maybe search Shopper, or just peter@theshoppercollective.com is my email address.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. Look forward to seeing you again next year.
Lovely. Thank you, Lawrence.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.